welcome to Glambition with me, Joanne Strauss, and it's time for your weekly dose of celebrating African beauty. Now, today's topic of conversation is fitness and health. And in studio with me, I'm joined by two very fit individuals. We have Kabonina Kulbeka, and we have, of course, phenomenal comedian and presenter Trevor Gumbi.
Yo.
Trevor, you were ripping her off about that bending
but I love
thing.
it, though. It's a mistake having us together on the show,
I was about to say, it's Trevor, not Trevor, not Trevor.
No, you're doing Trevor.
That's crazy.
It's awesome.
Why are you so fit and healthy and flexible?
You know what? It's about feeling good. Like, you need to enjoy it. I keep saying to people, you can't do the whole fitness thing if you don't enjoy doing it. You know, so I love it. For me, it starts my day. Even before coming here, I had to go and do a little something. Either you swim, run, something. Just to start off your day.
Just to get the blood flowing,
Yes.
get the energy worked up for the day.
Yes, baby.
And then yoga, is that?
I'm a huge fan of yoga. I practice it and I like Bikram yoga a lot. But the picture that people happen to bump into...
What's going on, girl?
Bended like Kabonina.
Yo, you are out there, though.
Dude, no. Wait, the thing is that, you know what, I told people, you can actually Google it. It's a
Yes.
Danda Yamana. It happens.
Just say it again, so speak foreign to us, slowly.
Tanda Yamana.
And
See the way she's
yeah,
like, I can't even say
tanda when you do a
It's really-
tanda.
It sounds dirty. It sounds dirty. It's
That's
such a
not
bad girl.
dirty.
Oh my gosh, she's got a bad girl.
I know, right?
Epitome of innocence.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to turn the tables on you guys because can you show him how to bend it like Kabonina?
Oh no, it's simple. So Trevor, stand up. Come. Come to it. Stand up. There we go. So
Okay.
everyone at home that's watching can actually stand up.
I wanna see
You
this
need to
move.
stand- breathe in. So nice and tucked in. Beautiful. Right, and then...
Can I breathe out?
Breathe out now. Slowly. Then now flatten your back. So get a tabletop. So feel my back. My
Yeah.
back. Hey.
Hey,
Back. John,
we
you need to
Glambitious.
check.
This is
Glambitious,
family
yeah.
viewing.
So
Okay.
you flatten your back first, because the trick is with a flat back.
Yeah.
You need to get the flat back first. Because if you go like this, your back
Oh,
will
that's
away.
dangerous,
That's the trick.
yeah?
You need to flatten your back.
Yeah.
That's the trick. Trevor, move slightly
What? Okay.
in front of me. There we go. Stay there. Stay there.
Stay
right.
there.
Okay, so
There we go.
flatten my
Okay?
back?
Then flatten your go down. So try and reach, touch the table.
Uh-huh.
There we go. That's enough. Now try and touch the floor. There we go. That's enough. Now. You're almost there.
Yo, how are
Almost
you
there.
doing-
You're almost there. There we go. You're touching the floor. No, drop your head. Drop your head. Drop your head. There we go, Trevor. You've got it. And then you just bring it in.
oh my.
And then you just come out and you just
Kabonina,
relax and you breathe. No, it's
You
it
are my
feels,
new fitness hero.
It
and
feels
Trevor,
amazing. Trevor, well done.
That was
Let's give
amazing.
Trevor a hand. Trevor, that was great. Trevor, well
Trevor
done. That was
deserves
great.
Thank you.
But this is the whole thing, is that you're flexible, you're
Yeah.
healthy, you're fit, and the yoga, I mean, Trevor, you've also lost 14 kilos
Like,
right
that's
recently.
amazing.
Right.
Amazing.
I want to find out if you're going to bring yoga into your fitness routine now. Because
well,
you
now.
see, how did you manage to lose 14 kilos?
I was just doing a lot of cardio. In the morning, run 40 minutes on the treadmill. Because you've got to divide it up. Because at the gym, they only allow you 20 minutes on. So you have to run and then go to the next one, or else, people start.
People start staring. And,
You've been on for 40 minutes.
Give us a chance.
Right?
Yeah.
So I did that for a while, and then when I got hurt playing basketball, which was part of my cardio, just to like try to keep fit and stuff, I got hurt and I couldn't go to the gym and do any cardio. So now I've cut out all starch from my diet.
Trevor needs a little bit of a break because you're breaking out a sweat there, man.
No,
Is
it's
that
all
just
this Bikram yoga, man. You know?
We haven't heated up the studio
It's
or
hot in
anything.
here.
Crazy. But it looks great. I love sweat. I'm a fan of sweat. I think sweat is great.
Sweat is-
I think sweat is great. Look at that.
how.
Yeah, I think sweat is great. I think sweat's amazing. Sweat is amazing.
Well, while we give Trevor a chance to actually cool down after all of that bending
Yes.
it like Kabonina,
Yes.
we're going to show you a phenomenal woman in Cape Town called Merle, who's actually now at the age of nearly 50 in the best possible shape she's ever been her entire life.
2 years ago, I remember lying on my bed and I was so unhappy. I was overweight, unhappy, I had no energy at all. And I decided to do martial arts, to start doing Tai Chi again. And it just escalated from there. I started gymming, I started feeling good, having more energy. Felt like life was worth living again. And the weight just started dropping off. And I thought, hold on a second, this feels good. And then I started eating properly, because when you're training and when you're exercising and you eat junk food, your body actually starts rejecting it. So the one thing actually led into the other. And that's how my journey started. But it's about feeling good. It's about having the energy to do great things, about smiling because you're so happy because your body's healthy. I mean, sure, you can put on the makeup and do the hair and put on the beautiful clothes, but if you don't feel it inside, it doesn't matter. And you can't explain it until you're actually there. On an off day, I would do an hour of cardio in the morning. Then in the afternoon, I would do some weight training, which is very important. Women mustn't be scared of weights at all. And then in the evening, I would go do an hour of kung fu. So that's like 3 hours in my day. So that's my day, but I love it. Don't let fear stand in your way of being healthy, of being the woman you're supposed to be. We all have that champion within ourselves. And it's time to bring it out. Being active and not sitting on that couch in front of the TV and just doing different things, whether it's dancing or weight training or running or cycling or something, just don't sit there and get old. Your body will get old. If you keep your spirit young, you won't look like that old person walking down the road. Don't give up. Don't, if you turn 40 or 50 or 60, think it's the end. Sometimes it's the beginning. So live life to the fullest.
So there you go. You never have an excuse to not start gymming and actually feeling in the best possible shape that you've ever been in your entire life.
Yeah.
Do you think also in general we have to learn to actually go back to teaching our children healthy habits? Because often I see that when the parents are struggling with their weight, the children are also struggling with their weight.
Kids now, my kids have iPad minis and they're just always playing around. But during the day, I'm like, no iPads. It's like, go play outside or something like that. And also at the gym, why is there Wi-Fi at the gym?
It's ridiculous.
Why is there Wi-Fi?
But so you can
don't
get
stop
your job
working.
done. Yeah,
You
but that's
don't
the
stop
aim.
working.
Also, if the parents understand, because I think it's not even just about going to the gym or being fit. You need to understand the reasons for it. It's almost like it needs to be like a personal journey. When you understand it personally, then you can, teach your kid so that the kid understands it. Because it can't just be about mom wakes up and goes to the gym. You don't see the point of it. So you kind of need to get it.
It's time for us to go to a commercial break and we continue chatting about fitness right after this. Welcome back to Glambition, where we're now chatting to media veteran already, even at this young age, former Miss Teen South Africa, and of course, big TV presenter, Zizo Beda. Now, tell me, in terms of fitness, you've been in front of the camera for a long time.
Yes.
Even though you're only, 23?
24 this year.
24.
Yes.
How does one actually maintain a healthy image and also a healthy body?
You know what, I think you need to make a conscious decision to be active, because also sometimes our schedules are so crazy you don't actually have a set time to do it. But I've always been someone who was interested in being healthy. I don't care to be a size 0 or like a 30. I don't know what that's equivalent to, but I do want to be healthy. So I mix it up. I go to gym, I do Taibo. I make sure that when I'm at gym, my instructor shows me things that I can do when I'm at home or in the hotel room, just to make sure I'm actually doing stuff.
Do you have any insecurities?
Hips, honey. I've identified that my weakness is eating starch. So whether it's pasta or slap chips, those are my faves. So I try and keep it to cheating on the weekend, and I'll have one cheat day where I can eat whatever I want. But for the most part, I try and eat healthy. Fruit and vegetables for the most part. And I stay away from red meat. So seafood is good, or white meat, sort of like chicken, and grilling instead of frying. So it's a conscious decision to, be aware of what it is that you're putting into your body. Lots of lunges and lots of squats. When you hear me screaming, it's probably me screaming from gym trying to get my hips in order.
Most of our viewers as well, when they speak about their sort of body shapes, most of us seem to have a problem with our thighs and our hips in this country.
Yeah. So, this is the one trick that I actually learned watching TV the other day, that if you exercise with your high heels on and you do squats and lunges with those, it's actually higher resistance than if you were wearing flats. So you could also add dumbbells to that. So depending on, your fitness level, you could put like a 2 kilogram in each weight, or like 3 or 4, depending on what you can handle, and then do your squats and lunges with your high heels
With your
on.
high...
With your high heels
My
on.
husband's going to come into the room. I want to be doing squats in my heels, and he's going to think that's some different kind of
Listen,
sexy.
This is going to be another excuse for us to go and get a new pair of shoes.
Can you demonstrate?
Okay, I'm good to go. So your normal lunge would be one that you sort of put your hands out, and then, this is a squat actually, not a lunge. So to get your body up, sort of your heartbeat up, you do a jump, jump, down.
In heels?
Jump, jump, down.
Okay, we're not
Jump,
taking
jump.
any responsibility for anybody spraining. Let's see if I can. Ziza, I'll be
Down.
honest, in this dress, I don't know if I'm going to be able to
Okay,
do
but
this.
just a
Wait, hold
little
on.
jump. So
Just a
on
little
the,
one.
On the
Okay.
ball of your feet.
Yeah.
And then when you land, then you land all the way down.
Okay. Jump, jump.
Down.
I'm going to do it with my knees.
Don't rip your dress.
I'm going to leave that to you. But if I
Right.
ever need a personal fitness trainer, I'm going to call you in. The only one who's ever recommended doing it in heels.
It's gonna be super fun, and you'll see the results in no time.
For some more quick, effective ways to make sure that you lose weight and look fabulous, we actually went and spoke to some experts on new trends in terms of fitness.
My relationship with fitness is interesting, to say the least. It's very up and down. I love doing it when I'm doing it, and then it literally is a bit of a mental block for me, where I tend to go, no, not anymore. And then I'll sit on my ass for about a year. It really is a very, very good class. I like the fact that there's obviously the ability to kind of take your own time and do your own thing. It is very cardio, so for someone who has got a little bit of a habit, I won't tell you what that is, it's very interesting.
It's the best form of exercise. It's an interval-based training. Good for fitness, it's good for strength, it's good for endurance, it's good for moms just trying to get fit. It's for everyone.
I'm just going to say that the word sweat is very appropriate.
You're on and off the treadmills, you're on and off the floor, you're doing upper body, lower body, you're doing core and tummy, and it's just the most amazing workout.
At the end of it, when you have to do the sprint, and I was running, and I was like, these boobs don't run. And there I was, and I was running. It was good. I'm kind of thinking that it could potentially get better.
The way functional training is basically is nothing new. It's been around for decades and decades. If you look back to what training used to be back in the day, that's what they used. They used to use, kettlebells, all sorts of things that they were available to them. They didn't have all the fancy treadmills and techno gyms and everything. They had to use what was around and what was easy to produce. And to be honest, that's, to me, is the best way to train your whole body and not just isolate, particular parts just for the look. This kind of training is for efficiency and actually using your body for what it was meant to do and to actually help you live your life in a more efficient way.
I really love functional training for the fact that it is so unlike any other form of training that I've done before. It's different, it's intense, it's hard work. Even the smallness of moving from station to station. So it's getting up off the floor and doing the chains and then sitting down again to do sit-ups and all that kind of stuff, which is stuff that you do in your everyday life as it is anyway. But you don't realize how you actually need to incorporate a lot of muscles just in those actions itself. So do I love it? Yes. Does it make me sweat like a pig? Absolutely. But you feel really good afterwards. I'm a single mom of 2 kids, and my kids know where I am, and I come back and they're really kind of chuffed at the fact that I've gone. So not only am I doing it for me, but I'm doing it for them as well. I want to be an example to my girls. Taking care of yourself. I've got a lot of hard work to do, because this did not happen overnight, believe it or not. But I think I'm ready for it. Watch this space, 3 months' time, like this.
Welcome back to Glambition, where we're now chatting health and fitness. With me in studio, I've got 2 phenomenal women, Relebohile Mabocha and Leanne Summers. Welcome, and tell me, why do you think that there's such a huge emphasis in this industry in terms of looking good and health?
Well, we both have a theatre background, and we've actually both crossed over. I think for my career, really switching from theatre, the fitness is important just to have stamina to get through a musical of singing, dancing, and acting without sounding out of breath.
Yeah, I mean, you can't stop a theatre production halfway through and go,
Can I just
give me a second, I'll be with you now.
in the middle of a song. And we don't lip sync in the theatre.
No,
I don't
we
know
don't.
about you, but I don't lip sync.
No.
But I mean, even for film and TV, I think what people don't seem to understand is you'll have a scene where you're running down the road chasing after someone, and in the movie it's 20 seconds. But you've done that for like 8 hours that day. So you have to be physically fit in order to be able to do that kind of thing over and over and over and over.
I'm not a tiny girl, but I have to be
But
super
you're a
fit.
healthy girl.
Yeah, I mean, I have my days, I have my difficult days. It really is an ongoing journey where sometimes 2 days before a shoot, you are doing extreme things that you would never recommend to anybody to do. But really flipping now from the
Are
theatre.
we talking like colonics and weird things?
Yeah, I'm thinking
I've heard about colonics. No, I think like for me, I know what really doesn't work with my body. My body can retain water very easily. And I'm asthmatic. So sometimes I have to go through courses of steroids, which are awful on a woman's body.
That wreaks havoc on your body.
Yes, I mean, that's really where my weight gain began when I was younger, is with the steroids. So for me to lose half a kilo is like 4 weeks of hard work. But to gain a kilo, oh, honey, I will eat that candle and the kilo will be gained. So to switch now from you saying the theater, the live aspect of people looking at you, and then to be doing a national television show where there's a couple of million people watching you, speaking about your looks, it is quite a, how do I say it? Quite a thing being able to juggle that.
And when it comes to eating as well, that does play a huge part. Do you eat healthily?
Honestly, for me, the way that I eat is a reflection of what's happening in my life. If I'm eating, like if you were to see me snacking on crisps, then know that I'm not managing my time and I'm probably on 4 hours sleep. So the times that I'm at the radio station and I'm doing the overnight slot, I mean, it is it's an awful hour. I still have a full day. And when you're snacking, I mean, who wants to snack on a rice cake or a Rivita at 2 in the morning? So I have my moments, but I also go through stages where I can feel in my body where I'm like, I feel dirty. I need to like detox.
Cleanse, yeah, detox.
Which will be just raw fruit veg. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Well,
But
I just asked you because you said you did some weird things, so...
I
Not
just
that
prefer
weird.
not to say them on television. You know, I'm a
'Cause you're
role
a
model.
lady.
And I'm a role model. But definitely not that.
Ladies, thank you very much for joining us and sharing your healthy living tips. We actually spoke to Ilse Nel, who advised us from her celebrity chef perspective what one should be eating to stay in your best possible shape.
We're living in a day and age where it's just convenient to not eat healthy. And people tend to think that to buy fast food is the easiest way out. But actually, it's not that hard to eat healthy. There are so many things you can do that takes you 15 to 20 minutes. I mean, it's actually going to be better to do that than to go and get a takeaway somewhere else. As a model, I always struggled with my weight. It was the one thing that was just so hard to maintain. I'm not a naturally skinny girl. I never have been naturally skinny. So I had to deprive myself. I had to eat very little, train very hard. And as a foodie, I felt miserable most of the time. And when I decided to become a plus-size model, it all changed because I had the freedom to start experimenting with food that I was never allowed to eat as a straight-size model. Every time I start preparing food, it's like a relationship. You feel it, you can touch it, you can smell it. And for me, that's the satisfying part about cooking. It's always a challenge when you cook healthy. You've got to know how to work your flavors. Because for me, as a cook, I love cream in food and butter, you know, and rich, saucy foods. So I think to make it not so high in fat and not so high in carbohydrates is quite a challenge. And that's why I like cooking Asian food, because you've got so many amazing herbs and flavors that you can add to that food. Today I'm using a white fish. So I'm going to do a little parcel with parchment paper, and then I'm going to add the fish onto the parchment paper. On top of the fish, I'm going to add a little bit of ginger, garlic, chili, some coriander, a couple of drops of sesame oil, some soy sauce, maybe a little bit of fish sauce. And basically what's going to happen is when this bakes in the oven, that little pocket is basically steaming the fish. What happens with the steam is all those beautiful flavors that's in that little pocket is going to be infused into the fish. So that's literally 10 minutes in the oven. And then I'm going to do with that a salad of spinach, watercress, a mixture of herbs, a mixture of coriander, basil, and mint, which is just going to give it a beautiful, beautiful Asian, but also fresh flavor. And then what I'm going to add to the whole dish to round it off is a citrus and soy dressing. I think food definitely plays a part in how people perceive themselves. And I think if you eat healthy, you feel better as a person.
Healthy eating tips that all of us could use. Now in studio, I have a gorgeous lady who has always looked phenomenal on camera, Lorna Maseko Lukele. Yes. Double barrel now, girlfriend.
Double barrel.
Your fitness,
Yeah.
starting off as the first ever black professional ballerina in South Africa, did that put a lot of pressure on you in terms of how you eat and how you had to watch your diet?
Absolutely, all the time. I mean, when you're dancing, you're looking at yourself in the mirror from 9 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock. And if you're not looking at yourself in the mirror, you have an audience of about 1,000 people looking at you all the time. And you must know, with those pink tights, they're not very flattering.
Nobody looks good in pink ballet.
So even if you're so skinny, you'll still have a bit of cottage cheese showing. So you definitely do feel a lot of pressure. I mean, I have a lot of people coming to me and saying, "Oh, are you Lorna?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Oh, you're so much thinner in real life." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's because TV puts on 5 kilos."
And it does. People don't actually realize that, but it does. With ballet, now take me through that time as well. How did you actually manage to keep fit in those days, and how do you do that now?
When I was crowned, for lack of a better word, the first black ballet dancer in South Africa, I was about 47 kilos. I was working bloody hard to be thin.
Wow.
I was running 12 Ks in the morning and then going to do a full-length like roll, like Don Q or Nutcracker in the afternoon. So it was a lot of, exercise and a lot of work that I was putting into my weight. When I stopped dancing, obviously the first thing I did was open that fridge. There was one action that became very synonymous with Lorna. It was this. And I ate and I ate. It was kind of like I was having a revenge on I've sacrificed 22 years of my life not eating. I'm so gonna eat right now.
Lorna, what are your tips for actually maintaining a healthy and fit lifestyle, even when you're living a very busy life?
You know what? I just think it's about incorporating little things in your life. For example, and it's such a cliche, but people always say it, but it helps. Don't take the lift, take the stairs. If you enjoy going out to clubs and dancing, that might just be a fun way of letting it out and just being free. And you do lose some weight. Have an active lifestyle. I think with such busy lives, it's easy just to kind of be like, oh, I don't feel like going to gym. But if you just incorporate little things here and there, I think holistically does help. It doesn't help just doing one gym class a month, Just incorporate little things. Little things, don't have a whole packet of chuckles. Just have one and maybe 2, or maybe 3. But, just be careful with what you do and be aware of your lifestyle. I think that definitely does help.
Lorna, thank you very much for sharing your sparkle and your absolute energy and tips with us here on Glambition. Join us again next week as we explore more topics covering African beauty.